Prime Minister, colleagues, friends, and fellow Singaporeans. On the 9th of August this year, I joined our youths at the Scape Youth Park to celebrate our nation's birthday. I missed out on the mass displays and fireworks at the parade. But there was just as much energy at the youth event, especially when our young Singaporeans all stood together to say the pledge and to reaffirm their commitment to the nation. The pledge resonates strongly with all of us. Maybe it's because we grew up reciting it in school. But at a basic level, it's an expression of our values and ideals. It's a promise that every Singaporean, whatever our race, language, or religion, will strive to achieve happiness, prosperity, and progress for all. Singapore is still a work in progress, but we have come far in achieving these ideals. Tonight, I want to talk about achieving happiness by creating opportunities, enhancing the quality of life, and building strong communities. We have invested in our people and tried to give every child the best possible head start. Children today grow up with far more opportunities than their parents. In schools, they take part in many enrichment programs and activities in the arts, music, and sports. Some of you may know that I play the guitar. Or when I was in college, I used to go busking just to earn some extra money. But I had no formal lessons, and I had to learn how to play myself. I wish I were back in school, because at Bendemeer Primary, all students are taught not only the guitar, but also the keyboard and the xylophone. I recently got the chance to catch the students in action. And as you can see, they are really enjoying themselves. One of them said that without this program in school, he would not have had the chance to learn a musical instrument. But now, he's discovered his love for music and has in turn become more confident. Beyond our schools, we are also doing more at the ITE, polytechnics, and universities to develop the talents of each and every student. I've spoken to many young Singaporeans, and I know they have a great desire to attend university. So over the past few months, my colleagues and I have been looking at how we can expand university places for Singaporeans. We've heard you, and we are taking action. We will launch new degree programs. They will have a strong applied focus and close links with industry, and the Prime Minister will elaborate on this later in his speech. A world-class education will enable our youth to achieve success in the global economy. But we are also looking to enhance the quality of life. That's why we are investing in the arts, culture, and sports. These are important areas for us. They provide platforms for leisure, for expression, and self-improvement. As a young student, this was back in the 80s, I used to read reports of Singapore being dull, boring, and sterile. Perhaps some of you remember reading those reports too. Today, words like fun, hip, and exciting are better used to describe us. We have an exciting calendar of arts and cultural performances, and a full schedule of sports events for all to enjoy. The new Ministry of Culture, Community and Youth, or MCCY, will continue to build on this to further strengthen Singapore as a center for the arts, culture, and sports. This will not only enhance Singapore's dynamism, but also add color and diversity to our lives. So I urge everyone to participate actively. Let me say a few words in Mandarin on the new ministry and some of its priorities. 大家晚上好。 今年11月，新设立的文化、社区及青年部将正式投入工作。我们的一个重要任务是推动艺术和文化事业，其中民族文化和传统艺术的推动更是工作的重点。我国的华社在文化事业的努力10年如一日，在音乐、舞蹈、戏剧、绘画和书法等方面都做出了宝贵的贡献。他们不但培养了许多文化人才，也丰富了大众的精神生活。在这方面，政府已经拟定了一套推动传统文化艺术的计划。我们希望通过和各个社群的配合，使多元的传统文化艺术不断发扬光大。华社向来非常重视传统文化的传承，他们希望年轻一代也亲近传统文化，以保留华族文化的根。这也是政府的目标。我们的社会变化非常快速，我们应该加倍努力，保留并推广优良的传统价值观，比如说敬老尊贤、诚信对人、精忠报国、饮水思源等等。这些价值观具有永恒的价值，能够使我们的社会更加和谐、更团结。这项工作任重道远，我希望人民和政府上下一心，为文化的传承共同努力。谢谢，请让我继续用英语发言。Besides creating opportunities and improving the quality of life, it's also important to build strong communities for happiness. I once asked a friend, he's from Bhutan, for his views on happiness. And he cited a scholar from his country who said, and I quote, "There's no such thing as personal happiness. Happiness is 100% relational." In other words, our happiness is linked to the people around us, our friends, our family, and our neighbors. And in fact, many studies show that personal happiness depends on our interactions with the people in the community. This is more important than other factors, like how much we earn or how educated we are. Unfortunately today, despite emails and social media, we somehow feel less connected socially. It is a paradox of modern living, not just in Singapore, but also in cities around the world. I'm sure many of us can relate to this. When I was growing up, I remember the strong bonds between neighbors in our HDB estate. When one was in trouble, the others would pitch in to help. Once, when my family was locked out of our house, our neighbors all rallied to our side. They brought spare keys to try and open the door, and a huge saw to cut through our padlock. One brave man even offered to climb through our balcony window to help us get in. And I should tell you that we lived on the 21st floor. So who says Singaporeans are kiasi? Today, you can still see neighbors greeting and helping one another in the HDB estates. But many feel that we have somehow lost a bit of the kampong spirit. So one of my priorities at MCCY is to strengthen community bonds and to widen and deepen the linkages among our people. We want to encourage Singaporeans to come forward for a shared purpose. Our role will be to empower, facilitate, and support initiatives from the ground. So if there's something you want to do for the community, if you need resources and information, we will do our best to support you. I've talked about the pledge, the ideals in the pledge, and what the government can and will do to realize these ideals. But the most important factor is not the government. Rather, it is us, we the people, we the citizens of Singapore. In the last few decades, we have achieved much. But these achievements have not been built on the back of one individual or even one community. They have been achieved through our collective efforts. So whatever our race, language, or religion, we must continue to work together to overcome the challenges ahead, achieve our goals, and build a stronger Singapore. I feel a sense of optimism whenever I meet and talk to young Singaporeans. Many are actively involved in civic causes and community projects. Like the group of young Singaporeans who felt that more needed to be done about graciousness on public transport. So they got together and they started a movement called Stand Up for Our Singapore. You can see them here, all 300 of them mobilizing. They traveled from train to train, they distributed badges and flyers, and they encouraged commuters to give up their seats to those who needed it more. And there are many others like that, who go out to help the aged, the handicapped, and the less fortunate, or who have set up their own organizations to advance causes they feel strongly about. And perhaps there's a lesson to be drawn from all this. And that is, happiness lies in our hands. We can choose to be happy when we reach out to others, when we do something worthwhile, when we serve a higher calling and purpose. So let us all participate actively in shaping our nation's future and building the Singapore we want. This is the spirit that will bind us together in spite of our differences. This is the spirit that will make us strong and help us reach further and higher as a nation. For alone, we can do little, but together, there is little we cannot do. Let's all work to achieve happiness, prosperity, and progress for our nation. Thank you.